Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Cavalier Field, Game 6 of the 2024 Rocky Mountain League season, as the A's and Rough Riders completing the three-game series slated here at Cavalier Field. The A's and Rough Riders will finish the overall series, the four-game set, on June the 18th. That game to be played in Colorado at a location to be announced. So the A's and Rough Riders getting ready for action here as we get set to go. The A's have dropped two in a row to the Rough Riders, falling Friday night 21-5 in run rule fashion, and then falling 9-4 last night. So we are just moments away from getting ready to go. First pitch in to Ian Baldwin for ball one. Baldwin fouls that pitch off. Evens the count at one apiece. Two the count on the leadoff hitter, Ian Baldwin. Baldwin was the courtesy runner in last night's game. As that pitch misses and the count runs full. Marcelo Casillas getting the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. And the payoff pitch misses low, the leadoff walk. Strike one into Ethan Quinn. Runner on and nobody out for the Colorado Rough Riders. Pitch is fouled off. Quinn down in the count 0-2. Quinn hit in the 9-hole last night for the Rough Riders. Went 1 for 3 with a walk. That pitch misses outside. Ethan Quinn goes down looking. Gabe Dalton steps up to the plate. Dalton played in the 3-hole last night, so he was the shortstop there as well. The pitch missing inside for ball one. 1 on, 1 out. Runner goes. The pitch, a ball, and throw down just out of the reach of Shannon Martin, but the runner stays at second. One and one, no. See us missing outside on that one. And the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Marcelo Casillas. Working from the first base side of the rubber. Takes a long look back at second. Throws in, misses inside, and that will put another runner on. 2 on and 1 out. And that will bring in the catcher tonight, Dylan Hearn. Defensive alignment for your Dodge City A's. From left to right in the outfield, it is Nate Murphy, Nyan Hayes, and Carson Johnson. Third to first across the infield, Bo Dallion, Zach Mora, Shannon Martin, and C.D. Sharples. Marcelo Casillas on the mound. Tyler McAvoy behind the plate tonight for your Dodge City A's. That pitch framed on the outer edge and called strike. Down in the count, 0-1. Pitch is called strike. Dylan Hearn down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery, a line drive gets down into shallow right field that will load the bases. In steps William Gisrell. Gisrell, the catcher last night for the Rough Riders, a swing and a miss. Down in the count, 0-1. Delivery coming from Macias. Pitch misses low, evens a count at 1 apiece. Casillas fires in. Misses inside for ball 2. Will Gisrell hit in the 7-hole last night as the catcher. Went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. Pitch inside again, and count runs to 3-1. A's looking for their first win in league play. That pitch is called strike, and the count runs full. Another full count worked by the Rough Riders here in the early part of this game. Just in the top of the first. Bases loaded. The payoff pitch misses inside, and that will walk in the first run of the ball game as the Rough Riders draw first blood. So that will bring in the center fielder, Marco Paluzzi. Paluzzi, for the Rough Riders last night, hit in the 8-hole, was the center fielder. He went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So Paluzzi will step in with bases loaded and still just 1 away. Chops that one foul and down in the count 0-1. A grand slam over the left field wall, and the A's suddenly find themselves in a 5-run hole. Five runs on just 2 hits, and the A's are not even at bat yet. So there's going to be a mound visit between pitching coach Chris Isaac and the entire infield. So if you're just joining in, the A's find themselves in a 5-run hole with just 1 away. The Rough Riders have sent 6 to the plate so far. 3 walks and 1 base hit. Well, 2 base hits with the home run. A single and a home run, the 2 hits so far for the Rough Riders. So we will go back to work now. The catcher, McAvoy, still discussing a few things with his catcher, Casillas. Rather, pitcher, sorry. Marcelo Casillas comes in tonight having pitched 3 innings, all of those coming in his first start back on June the 4th. He faced 16 batters, allowed 2 runs, and only 1 of those was earned. He struck out 5 and walked 4 in that contest. Aaron Kidd at the plate, down in the count 1-2 here. The A's looking to stop the bleeding. That pitch comes in and will plunk Kidd on the helmet. So after the hit by pitch, we will go back to work with Andrew LaPearl. LaPearl did not play in last night's game. Pitch is fouled off. LaPearl down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery misses outside. Snap throw down to first, not in time. A good throw by the catcher, Tyler McAvoy, but just not far enough off the bag to get Aaron Kidd. Counts 1-2. That Pitch missing inside, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. Rough Riders have sent 8 to the plate so far. That pitch misses low for ball 3, and the count runs full. Fourth time that the count has run full, and the payoff pitch misses outside. So 2 on and only 1 out. Wes Miller steps up. Miller sends that one foul, and it clears the netting. Falls into the stands for strike number 1. Wes Miller last night hit in the 2-hole, was the third baseman. Went 0 for 3, rather 0 for 4 with a walk. 1-1 the count to Miller. Miller shows bunt. Sends it to the pitcher Casillas. He overthrows it, and that will score 2 more. Two more runs score, and the A's find themselves in a 7-run deficit as an error allows Wes Miller over to second base. Still only 1 out, and the Rough Riders have batted around here in the top of the first inning. So the night for Marcelo Casillas is done, as the A's go to the bullpen, and it will be Garrett Martin taking over for your Dodge City A's. Garrett Martin comes into tonight's contest. He has pitched 6 innings, allowing 4 runs, all of them earned, has struck out 3 and walked 2. Back at the top of the order with Ian Baldwin. The first pitch into him for ball number 1. That pitch is fouled off. It will fall out of play. 2-1 the count on Baldwin. Ian Baldwin drew the leadoff walk that started the scoring for the Rough Riders. Three-one pitch coming from Martin. Takes a look back at second. Comes set, delivers high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks in the same inning for Ian Baldwin, and that will bring in Ethan Quinn. Quinn fouls that one off. Quinn, the only out so far in this inning for the Rough Riders, as he represents the 11th person to bat in the inning. The throw back to second to send the runner back. Ethan Quinn got caught looking. Sends that one to first. He'll go to first for 1. They'll throw, no throw. So just a 3-U ground out. And that will bring in Gabe Dalton. Dalton walked on his last time up. Nia Hayes leading off for the Dodge City A's. He is set to face Gavin Hutton, the starter on the mound for the Rough Riders, as that pitch in for a strike, and the count moves to 2-1. So the A's go through into their second pitcher in the top of the seventh. The A's trailing this game 8-0. As that pitch is fouled off by Hayes, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. Hayes fouls that one off again. And another foul ball by Hayes. He did that last night in an at-bat that went, if I remember correctly, went about 12 pitches. That pitch, a high one, swung on and missed. Hayes goes down on strikes, and that will bring in Nate Murphy. Murphy steps in to face Hutton. The first pitch he sees on the outside edge for strike one. One and one, the count, as that pitch misses off the outer zone. Hutton comes set, delivers high for ball two. The A's with their white pants, white tops, new white tops actually, the second time they have worn them so far this season. Yellow numerals and letters. The Rough Riders white pants, their black tops, same black tops that they wore last night, that has their green numerals on the front, a white stripe that says Rough Riders bordered in green, and then green numbers on the back outlined in gray. Rough Riders across their back as well in white. The count runs full. Payoff pitch. A line drive up the third base side, but falls foul and will do the payoff over again. A's have some work to do, trailing 8-3 or 8-0 here in the early part of this game. 8 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first for the Rough Riders. A line fly ball that is headed out. It will drop into left field. A single for Nate Murphy gets a runner on. That brings in the catcher, Tyler McAvoy, for your Dodge City A's. Tyler, the DH last night, went 0 for 5. Pitch misses for ball number 1. 1-0 delivery. This is low again, and the count runs 2-0 for McAvoy. So the A's looking to try to get something going. A loss today would mean that the Rough Riders will claim the series. That pitch fouled off. A win today puts the A's at least within striking distance of being able to split. 2-1 the count on McAvoy. Hutton set. Takes a look over at first again. Delivers. It's inside and low for ball 3. 1 on, 1 out for your Dodge City A's. That pitch, a ground ball to the second baseman, Quinn. They'll go to second for 1. The throw to first. Not there. So the fielder's choice gets the lead runner. And a runner on for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring in C.D. Sharples. Sharples, the first baseman for the Dodge City A's. One and 0 the count to CD. The pitch outside. It'll get away from the catcher, and that'll move McAvoy over to second. The wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position for the Dodge City A's. Like they said last night, it all starts with chipping away one at a time. That pitch, high pop-up. It's on the infield. Giving chase is the shortstop, Dalton. He'll take it for out number 3, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 1. We're headed to the top of the second, trailing 8-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Will Gisrell leading off for the Rough Riders. Walked on his last time up. Leadoff single into left field puts a runner on, and the Rough Riders picking up where they left off in the top of the first, getting base runners. So that will bring in Marco Paluzzi. Paluzzi hit the grand slam that gave the Rough Riders the 5-0 lead at the time. Garrett Martin on the mound for the A's, throws a backdoor bender that misses just outside for ball number 1. So again, the defensive alignment for the Dodge City A's: From left to right in the outfield, Nate Murphy, Nyan Hayes, and Carson Johnson. Third to first across the infield, Bo Dallion, Zach Mora, Shannon Martin, and C.D. Sharples. Garrett Martin now on the mound for the Dodge City A's into his second inning of relief. Tyler McAvoy, the battery behind home plate. 2-1 now, the count on Palooza. Will Gisrel on at first. Nobody out. The pitch outside. The snap throw back to first by McAvoy. The second of the night that McAvoy has thrown down. He's working hard at trying to keep base runners honest. We talked about the catchers working hard last night. The catcher for the Rough Riders doing a lot of work, and then Mr. Velasco for your Dodge City A's working hard, blocking balls and keeping stuff in front of him as that pitch is fouled off, and the count runs full. Can't even tell you last night how many pitches that Isaiah Velasco blocked, was able to body up with his chest and just keep stuff in front of him. And as we talked, from a pitcher's perspective, I had Mr. Chavez up here talking with me, and that gives our pitchers confidence to know that if they have to throw one in the dirt, that the catcher's going to be there to hold on to it and keep it in front. So Palooza draws the walk, and that will bring in Aaron Kidd, who was hit by pitch his last time up. Kidd takes that one, a fly ball. It's headed out into right field, and it could be an extra bases hit. The throw to second is not in time, and that will score another run, and the Rough Riders lead this one 9-0. In steps Andrew LaPearl. He walked on his last time up. Pearl takes that pitch inside for ball number 1. Pitch is called strike on the outer edge. Evens a count at 1 apiece. So the A's, with a much-needed off day tomorrow, will take that opportunity to regroup, get some rest. As Marco Palooza was caught in a rundown and not able to apply the tag, another run scores, and now the A's trail 10-0. Two and two the count as that wild pitch goes to the backstop and not able to make a play. A's trailing 11-0. If you're just joining in, the Rough Riders plated 8 in the first, and so far 3 in the top of the second. The A's trailing 11-0 as that pitch swung on and missed. And out number 1. Brings in Wes Miller. Miller got on an error. The Rough Riders 11 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They have stranded 2. The A's with 1 hit and 2 errors. They stranded 1 in the bottom of the first. Pitch to Miller inside for ball number 1. And that one missing outside makes it 2-0. Three-0 count on Miller. Garrett Martin on the mound for the A's. Comes set, delivers. It's well inside, and that will be another base on balls as Ian Baldwin steps in. Back at the top of the order for the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders already starting their 3rd trip through the batting order. Pitch to Baldwin outside for ball 1. Seven walks already issued by the Dodge City A's pitching staff as the count runs to 2-0 on Ian Baldwin. Baldwin has been on 2 times already, has drawn a walk both times he's been at the plate. That pitch outside and down in the count 3-0 is the pitcher Martin. 3-0 delivery, misses inside, and that will put 2 on with 1 away as Ethan Quinn steps in. He has struck out looking and grounded out. So after a quick chat between McAvoy and Martin, we will go back to work. A's trailing 11-0. Pitch down low. Counts 1-0 on Ethan Quinn. Work getting started now in the Dodge City A's bullpen as that pitch misses outside and the count runs to 2-0. Looks like Frank Tinoco down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. A 3-0 count on Ethan Quinn. And a 4-pitch walk. And that loads the bases. Three on, 1 out. In steps Gabe Dalton. Dalton singled his last time up. First pitch to Dalton. Inside, it'll hit him. So a hit by pitch will walk in or pull in another run, and the A's trail 12-0. In steps the catcher Dylan Hearn. And here comes a visit from our pitching coach, Chris Isaac. We're going to step aside for a minute. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Will Gisrill is at the plate for the Rough Riders. A fielding error on the first baseman, C.D. Sharples, allowed the run. The A's trailing 13-0. A 3-0 count on Gisrill. Pitch is called strike on the upper edge, and the Rough Riders have bases loaded with one away. 4 runs have already scored in this, 5 runs have already scored in this inning, and there is another one as the A's trail 14-0. So here comes a visit from head coach Dakota Young, and it will be Frank Tinoco taking over the mound for your Dodge City A's. We'll tell you about it when this break expires, we'll tell you about it after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Frank Tinoco takes over the mound for your Dodge City A's. He is set to face Marco Polizzi, who walked on his last time up. First pitch in to Polizzi for ball 1. That wild pitch gets away, and that will score another run. Frank has pitched 3 innings coming into tonight's contest. Striking out 2 and walking 2. The 3-0 delivery misses inside, or 2-0 delivery misses inside. 3-0 the count now to Paluzzi. 7 runs have scored here in the top of the second as the A's trail 15-0 as that pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1. Frank Tinoco, working from the first base side of the rubber, has his pitch and comes set. Swung on and missed does Paluzzi, and down evens, or rather, wow. Count runs full. The payoff pitch coming from Tinoco. It is delivered low, and that will put another runner on via the walk. Still only one out in this inning, and here comes Aaron Kidd. 7 runs have scored, bases loaded. Will Gisrell led off the inning, so the Rough Riders have batted around for the second inning in a row as that pitch is chopped foul. Kidd, the 12th batter of the inning for the Rough Riders. Good snap throw, just a little bit low to second base. Tyler McAvoy doing his best to try to gather another out for the Dodge City A's defense. 1-1 the count on Aaron Kidd. So as I said earlier, the A's with a much-needed day off tomorrow. As that pitch is popped up, the first baseman Sharple's calling for it. He's got it, and that will be out number 2. So that brings in Andrew LaPearl. LaPearl 0 for 1. He struck out swinging the last time he was at the plate. Swung on and missed. Down in the count, 0-1 is LaPearl. The Rough Riders currently in their 3rd trip through the batting order, and it's just the second inning of the ball game as LaPearl swings and misses as that one again, and quickly down in the count, 0-2. Frank Tinoco working quickly, working from the first base side of the rubber, has his sign. Delivers, it's outside and a little bit low, ball number 1. One and two, swung on and missed. LaPearl will go to the dugout on strikes, and that will mercifully end the inning, but the A's trail 15-0. They have some work to do. It'll be Johnson, Moore, and Roberts due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Carson Johnson leads off for the Dodge City A's, sends the first pitch he sees out to right field and out number 1. In steps Zach Moore. Moore, the shortstop tonight for the Dodge City A's. Defensive alignment for the Rough Riders. From left to right in the outfield, it is Ian Baldwin, Marco Polizzi, and Aaron Kidd. Across The infield from third to first, Wes Miller, Gabe Dalton, Ethan Quinn, and Andrew LaPearl. Gavin Hutton on the mound for his second inning of work, and Dylan Hearn, the battery behind home plate. Down in the count, 0-1 is Mora. Takes that one for strike number 2. Quickly down 0-2. One, two delivery from Hutton. Swung on and missed, and that will be out number 2 for the Dodge City A's. In steps Dominic Roberts. Roberts the DH tonight for your A's. Roberts fouls off the first pitch he sees, and down in the count, 0-1. The A's looking for something. They desperately need to get runners on. It's a pitch missing high and outside for ball 1. Pitch is fouled off. 1-2 the count to Roberts. Nobody on, 2 away for the A's. Bo Dallion standing in the on-deck circle. The pitch fouled off again. Count remains 1-2. After a day off tomorrow, but it's not really a full day off. The A's starting to host their youth camps. Will host 10 different camps between tomorrow and Friday. As that pitch grounded to the third baseman, and out by about half a step is Roberts. That will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Frank Tinoco on the mound for the Dodge City A's, and two batters faced, two outs. The first one, a fly out by Andrew LaPearl. Wes Miller grounds back to the pitcher, Frank Tinoco, gathers it, makes a throw over to first, and now two away and back at the top of the order. Rather, Ian Baldwin grounded out. And Ethan Quinn now at the plate. A 1-1 count on Quinn. Tinoco gets a swing and a miss from Quinn, and he's down in the count 1-2. One-two pitch, checks his swing, pitch low, and that will even the count at one apiece. So Frank came in, faced three batters in the second, and that pitch is fouled off. It'll be a drop third strike. They make the throw to first, not able to keep his foot on the bag. So it'll be a drop strike 3. And that will bring in Gabe Dalton. Dalton was hit by pitch his last time up. One pitch from Tinoco. Swung on and missed, and Dalton down 1-2. A walk, a single, and a hit by pitch for Gabe Dalton. The A's desperately trying to keep the Rough Riders off the board. They scored 8 in the first, 7 in the second. The A's trail this one 15-0. The Rough Riders with just 5 hits in the ballgame. No errors. The A's 1 hit and 3 errors. 2-2 pitch. It is swung on and missed, and that will end the inning as Dalton goes down on strikes. We're headed to the bottom of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the third for your Dodge City A's, it is Bo Dalian. The A's with 8, 9, and 1 due up this inning. The first pitch in to Dalian for ball number 1. That pitch, a line drive down the left field side, and it is down for a leadoff single. A good roper up the third base line, and just like that, the A's have a base runner on with nobody out. In steps Shannon Martin. Shannon Martin up for the Dodge City A's as they're looking to get something going. Hutton still on the mound for the Rough Riders. Martin lays down a bunt, fielded by the catcher, and no throw available as Martin beats that one out. And back-to-back base hits have runners on first and second for the Dodge City A's. So that will turn the lineup over to Nyan Hayes. Hayes struck out swinging his last time up. A's with 2 on and nobody out, looking to start chopping into this deficit they find themselves. A high fly ball, it's headed out to center field. Paluzzi there to haul that one down, and it will be a fly out as no runners advance. In steps Nate Murphy. Murphy singled. A fly ball out into left center field his last time up. So the A's with 1 away still have opportunities to try to chip into this, trailing 15-0. Pitch buzzes the tower here at the press box as it's fouled off. Hutton, who works with his left foot on the rubber, working from the first base side, comes set. Takes a look back at second. Delivers. It's a ground ball. Could it get through the middle? They'll go to third, and they will say he is thrown out. So the fielder's choice puts a runner on first, and now first and second with 2 away. In steps Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. There goes Hayes going down to third. The throw down, not in time, and Hayes doing what he did last night, which is stealing bases. Rather, that is Shannon Martin. I'm sorry. Wrong base runner. Runners on the corners. That pitch gets away from the catcher, Hearn, and the count evens itself at 1 apiece. Swung on and missed. Does McAvoy down in the count 1-2. So that one is sent foul. It will fall out of play, and the count remains at 1-2. The A's and Rough Riders in Game 3 of the series. The first series of Rocky Mountain League play. Pitch swung on and missed, and McAvoy will go down on strikes, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the fourth. The A's trail 15-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Dylan Hearn leads off for the Rough Riders. Got on an error his last time up. Frank Tinoco on the mound for your Dodge City A's as that pitch delivered a little bit outside and low for ball one. Tinoco, a fastball on the inner edge now, still misses. 2-0 the count. Pitch grounded right at the shortstop, Shannon Martin. Throw to first in time and one away. Pitch is popped high, and Nyan Hayes there to haul that one down in center field. And another quick 2 outs for the Rough Riders. So Will Gisrell flies out. Brings in Marco Polizzi. Polizzi walked on his last time up. Takes the first pitch. He sees for strike number one. That pitch fouled off. Polizzi quickly down 0-2. Frank Tinoco, one of the pitchers that works with a quicker pace on the mound, and that seems to have had the Rough Riders off balance a little bit. That pitch grounded to Moore at short. They throw to first in time, and just like that, back-to-back innings, the Rough Riders are held off the board. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. It is 15-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. C.D. Sharples leads off for the Dodge City A's, takes the first pitch for a ball and sends that one out towards left center field. The center fielder Marco Paluzzi there to haul that one down, one away for the A's. In steps Carson Johnson. The A's working their second trip through the batting order. Johnson flew out his last time up. A's trying to get something together, trailing 15-0 as that pitch misses high for ball number one. The Rough Riders scored 8 in the first inning and 7 in the second, and have been held scoreless for the last 2 as that pitch comes in and bounces. Johnson ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 delivery coming from Hutton, working his 4th inning for the Rough Riders. That pitch is fouled off, and count moves to 2-1. The A's will travel to Hayes America on Tuesday. They take on the Hayes Larks, this time in conference action. It will be a league game, 7 p.m. first pitch from Larks Park. That pitch fouled off and evens a count at 2 apiece. So after Tuesday, the A's will have 2 more days off, Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll host the Western Nebraska Pioneers for a 2-game set Friday and Saturday. Both of those games, 7 p.m. starts right here at Cavalier Field. And the A's will take to the road. They will play the Game Day Angels in Parker on Sunday. That is Parker, Colorado. As Carson Johnson draws the walk, and the A's have a base runner. So the A's will play the Game Day Angels on Sunday. That will be a 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time start. And then we'll play the Denver Cougars on Monday, and these Colorado Rough Riders on Tuesday. That pitch, a high fly ball, but falls foul for strike number 1 to Zach Mora. Mora struck out swinging his last time up. So not only do the A's have a few days off this coming week, but they will be hosting the Youth A's camps, 10 different camps throughout the week, 2 different sessions each day, a session at 8 and then another session at about 9:30. Down in the count, 0-2 is Mora. That pitch misses high for ball number 1. Of course, all camps free to attend for any youth. Those camps to be held at Legends Park. For more information, you can always go to Curb's Law Office to get a sign-up form. 2-2, the count on Mora. Chopped up the third base side, fielded by the third baseman. It is called foul. Will do the 2-2 over again. 1 on and 1 out for the A's. Hutton with the 2-2 pitch, misses low, and it gets away from Hearn, and that will move Johnson over to second on a wild pitch. Count runs full. Unlike last night, a nearly clear sky here at Cavalier Field. The payoff pitch coming from Hutton. Grounded to the second baseman. He'll field it, throws, and dropped by the first baseman. So an E3, and that will put runners on the corners. So that brings in Dominic Roberts. Roberts grounded out his last time up. The A's with runners on the corners and one away. First pitch in to Roberts. Ball number 1. The A's trying to get something going here in the 4th. Pitch grounded to the third baseman. They'll go to second for 1. The throw to first in time. The twin killing ends the inning. The A's come up scoreless, and we are headed to the top of the 5th. It is 15-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, fans, you might have seen it. The ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race as ketchup comes through for the first time, winning that one by a wide margin. And it is hot dog 2, mustard 2, ketchup 1. We have worked our way into the top of the 5th. And Aaron Kidd leading off for the Rough Riders as he takes the first pitch he sees and sends it out into left field for a leadoff single. Frank Tinoco back on the mound for the Dodge City A's is trying to hang yet another 0, trailing this one by a wide margin. Pitch in for strike 1 to LaPearl. LaPearl has struck out the last 2 times he has been at the plate. Pitch down low. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Tinoco set. The 1-1 delivery misses outside and makes it 2-1. Runner on and nobody out for the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders with 15 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. They have stranded 6 so far. The A's, no runs on 3 hits, 3 errors. They have stranded 4. Count even at 2 apiece. That pitch is swung on and missed. LaPearl will go down on strikes for the hat trick of strikeouts, and that will bring in Wes Miller. Miller, the 9-hole hitter, has got on an error and flown out with a walk in between. One away, one on. Miller takes that one. It's a high fly ball. Ryan Hayes giving chase. He can't come up with it. And that will be the throw to second. Gets away. And that will roll all the way to the Rough Riders dugout. They are going to say that the ball goes out of play, so a run will score. Ian Baldwin back at the top of the order, grounds to the shortstop Moore, throw to first in time, but another run scores. The A's trailing this one 17-0. In steps Ethan Quinn. Quinn 0 for 3, got on a drop third strike his last time up. The pitch in on the outer edge for strike number 1. Another pitch on the outer edge and another called strike. Quinn down in the count 0-2. Quinn's 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout, a ground out, a walk, and a dropped strike 3. The 0-2 delivery from Tinoco. On the outer edge, it will freeze Quinn, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Bo Dallion set to lead off for the Dodge City A's. Singled his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Down in the count 0-1. The A's desperately need to find a way to get base runners on. They trail 17-0. Dallion chops one to the shortstop, Dalton. The throw to first in time. And out number 1. In steps Shannon Martin, the 9-hole hitter for the Dodge City A's, laid down a bunt to put runners on first and second his last time up. Martin set to bat for the A's here. Gavin Hutton still on the mound for the Rough Riders. Starts to show bunt and pulls back. Takes it for ball number 1. Gavin Hutton has thrown 63 pitches through 4 1/3 innings and has thrown 39 of them for strikes. 1-1. The count on Martin. Lights on here at Cavalier Field. The sun begins the process of setting. That pitch bounces in the turf ahead of home plate, 2-1. Pitch in on the foot of Martin, so Martin will draw the free base via the hit by pitch. An uncomfortable way to get a base runner, but nonetheless, the A's need to have runners on. There's no other way to say it. We have to get base runners. We have to get people on if we want to have a chance at being able to cut in to this 17-run lead. In steps Nyan Hayes. Hayes 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Hayes batting .077 on the season for the Dodge City A's. Coming into tonight as that pitch misses out for ball 1. Nyan Hayes has scored 3 runs on 1 hit. Again, this prior to tonight. That pitch fouled off. Count evens itself at 1 apiece. Martin goes, the throw down to second in time, and that erases the base runner as Shannon Martin will be caught stealing. Two-one delivery. Misses low, makes it 3-1. Nobody out, or nobody on, 2 out. Ahead of Nyan Hayes. He takes that one a fly ball, but hauled down by the left fielder Baldwin, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Frank Tinoco returns to the mound for the Dodge City A's. He has held the Rough Riders to just 2 runs in 3 innings of relief. There is a pitcher headed down to the bullpen for the Rough Riders. So we will see if they opt to make a change coming up. Leading off for the Rough Riders, it will be a pinch hitter. Number 11, Max Muley. Pitch in for strike number 1. And quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Muley. Muley fouls that one off. Frank Tinoco has shown good command of the zone after taking over the mound from Garrett Martin, who came in relief of the starter Marcelo Casillas, as that pitch does not miss. It is called strike 3, and that will send Mr. Muley back to the dugout, and that will bring up a Dylan Hearn. Hearn a 1 for 4. He grounded out his last time up. Ball 1 delivered to the catcher, Hearn. Pitch sent foul over the right field fencing. 1-1 the count on Hearn. Pitch chopped, fielded by Moore at short. The throw to first, a hard throw, and out number 2 gathered by the Dodge City A's defense. Bo Dallion was making an attempt on that play, called off by Zach Mora, and the laser throw to first was in time. 2 away as that brings in the designated hitter, Will Gisrill. Flew out his last time up, takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Ooh, that pitch in. Plunks Gisrill in the back. That will bring in Marco Polizzi. Polizzi 1 for 2. Grounded out the last time he was up. 1 on and 2 out for the Rough Riders. The A's trying to hang another 0 here, down 17-0. Polizzi takes that one, a fly ball. It's down into left center field, rolls up to the wall. Here comes Gisrill scoring from first, and that will add another one to the total. The A's trail 18-0. Brings up Aaron Kidd. Kidd 2 for 3. He singled his last time up. Runner on second, 2 away for the Rough Riders. First pitch in to Kidd. Catches the inner part of the zone for strike number 1. Work starting down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Garrett Odie, I believe, in the bullpen right now. A line drive right back at Frank Tinoco. And that will end the inning. So we are headed to the bottom of the 6th. The A's trail 18-0. It will be Nate Murphy, Tyler McAvoy, and C.D. Sharples due up. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cannon Frost will take over the mound for the Colorado Rough Riders after the starter goes 5 innings as Nate Murphy takes the first pitch he sees from Frost for strike number 1. Nate Murphy, 1 for 2, a single and a fielder's choice. That pitch misses inside, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Lights on at Cavalier Field, and a few clouds working in from the west. Not anywhere close to Dodge City at this point, but enough to provide some great color in the western sunset. 1-2 the count on Nate Murphy. That pitch misses inside, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. Rough Riders have yet another person down in the bullpen. The A's have one in the bullpen as well. That pitch popped high on the infield, giving chase is the first baseman, and he'll haul it down for out number 1. In steps Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Looking to get something going here after having some struggles at the plate last night as well. First pitch in to Tyler. Strike on the upper edge of the zone. So as it stands, the A's will fall in run rule fashion unless they can score at least 9. They have 5 more outs to do so, but a 1-1 count on Tyler McAvoy. That pitch, a fly ball. It'll get down in the outfield, and that will roll into foul territory. McAvoy digging for 2, and he will be sliding in with a double. So in steps C.D. Sharples. Sharples 0 for 2 on the day, has flown out both times he's been at the plate. The courtesy runner for the Dodge City A's, they will send out Remington Miller. Miller with a big lead off of second. Sharples with his crouch down stance. The first pitch, called strike on the outer edge, and down in the count 0-1. Miller retreats back, takes his lead. Sharples fouls that one off, and it will be down in the count 0-2. Miller with the big lead again. Frost looks back at second. Nobody holding Miller on, and that pitch misses farther outside, and that will move the count to 1-2. One, two delivery, fouled off. It will go pitch missing for a strike, evens the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 delivery from Frost. He's working from the third base side of the rubber. Miller takes off. He'll take off for third. The throw over is in time, and he will be tagged out. 2 away for the A's. Two count on Sharples. The pitch on the outside edge. He will be caught looking, and that will end the inning as we head to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Garrett Odie takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's as we are set to go into the top of the 7th. It will be LaPearl, Miller, and Baldwin due up. Andrew LaPearl steps in. He's 0 for 3. Has struck out the last 3 times he's been at the plate. Chops that one to the third baseman, Bo Dalian. The throw to first dug out by C.D. Sharples, and that will be out number 1. In steps Wes Miller. Miller 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up. Miller takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Miller takes that one. It's a high fly ball headed out to right field. Carson Johnson tracking it. He's got it for out number 2. In steps Ian Baldwin back at the top of the order. The Rough Riders working now their fifth trip. Their fifth trip through the batting order. Ian Baldwin, 3 walks and 2 groundouts, makes him 0 for 2 in the ball game in the top of the 7th. At pitch, called strike, down in the count, 0-2 is Baldwin. And Garrett Odie working efficiently, just 5 pitches so far this inning. Already 2 away as that pitch misses outside and a little bit low for ball 1. One-two delivery comes inside on Baldwin, and the count evens at 2 apiece. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard as the A's looking to get the final out and knowing that they have some work to do. At pitch, swung on and missed. Baldwin will go down on strikes, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The A's have some work to do. They have to score at least 9 in order to extend this ball game. Otherwise, it will be a run rule victory in favor of the Colorado Rough Riders, and a pinch hitter coming in for the Dodge City A's. It will be number 12, Jake Vassell. Jake getting the pinch hit opportunity here. Couple of defensive changes for the Rough Riders. Connor Griffin taking over the mound for the Rough Riders as that pitch misses for a ball. So the new defensive alignment as it stands, from what I can tell, from left to right in the outfield, it is Ian Baldwin, Marco Polizzi, and Aaron Kidd. Third to first across the infield, a high fly ball headed out to left center. Polizzi there to haul that one down, and out number 1. So from third to first across the infield for the Rough Riders, it is Max Muley, Ethan Quinn, Wes Miller, and Andrew LaPearl. Connor Griffin on the mound, and Dylan Hearn still behind the plate. Another pinch hitter for the Dodge City A's, and it is number 6. Eric Mendoza at the plate for the Dodge City A's. Eric down in the count, 0-1. That pitch missing outside. Evens a count at 1 apiece. 1 away. The A's have been held scoreless through the first 6 innings of this ball game. That pitch on the inner edge, called strike. Mendoza down 1-2. Rough Riders 18 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They have stranded 7. A pitch high and tight on Mendoza, evens a count at 2 apiece. The A's, no runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. They have stranded 4 so far. 1 away, nobody on. Connor Griffin throws, and that one is shot foul, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Two-two pitch coming from Griffin. Fires in. It is on the outside edge, and Mendoza will be caught looking for out number 2. In steps Isaiah Velasco. So 3 straight pinch hitters for the Dodge City A's as they're looking for anything they can get here. They're down to their final out. That one comes up at the press box as it skips over the catcher and into the stands. Ball 1 on Velasco. So the A's have to score 9 in this inning, otherwise this game will be over. The pitch grounded at the second baseman Miller. Throw to first in time, and the A's will be held scoreless for the first time this year as they fall 18-0, and the Rough Riders are guaranteed the series win as they win 3 here at Cavalier Field against your Dodge City A's. Take a step aside. We'll come back with your final game wrap-up. We will be back with your final game wrap-up here just shortly. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier. The A's fall and run rule for the second time against the Colorado Rough Riders. They fall 18-0. Your final game numbers as we take a look at the game for the Dodge City A's. The Rough Riders, it would be all Rough Riders in this one as they would score 8 in the first, 7 in the second, 2 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. 18 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They would strand 7. Your Dodge City A's held scoreless on 4 hits and 3 errors, stranding 7 as well. The walk, the major issue for the Dodge City A's today. We'll take a quick look through the scorebook. Ian Baldwin drew 3 walks himself. by quick count, about 13 free bases issued between walks and hit by pitches. There were multiple hit by pitches throughout the game. The A's held scoreless in this one. So the A's will fall to 1-5 overall on the season. The Rough Riders improve to 5-0 in Rocky Mountain play. The A's 0-3 in Rocky Mountain League as well. They will take tomorrow off, start the A's youth camps, and then travel to Hayes America for another league game. That game set for 7 p.m. pitch at Larks Park. We'll be there for that one as well. That will do it for this one. I am Justin Hergert alongside with Emerson Lott, helping run the live stream tonight for the entire A's organization and board of directors, saying thank you and good night from Cavalier Field. We'll be back on Tuesday with more action. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.